It was that recording we did was like unreal. Like it was fucking.
You could tell we were 3 sheets to the wind, or is it different than that?
Totally. I don't know. It was pretty funny though, and hopefully nothing's going wrong here. I thought it was pretty fucking funny, but what do I know?
The Newbert Report is brought to you by Brewski Blazers. When you go shopping at brewskiblazers.com, use discount code Newbert at checkout for all your koozie and apparel needs.
Hey, this is Caitlin with Allure Aesthetics, and you're listening to the Newbert Report Season 2.
Hey, you are listening to the #1 beer tasting podcast in Saskatchewan.
Hey, you're listening to the #1 beer testing podcast.
That could go a lot of ways. You want a boomstick? I got it right here.
I think it's a little bit too sour. I don't mind the lemon, but like you said, the passion fruit overpowers the lemon.
It's time to drink some craft and talk some trash, baby. A soccer player would have fallen off the bench onto the ice and acted like he just got fucking shot. You know, these people that don't know hockey as much, Josh. Maybe you know golf better.
I like how you just slid that in there. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
What is it?
I don't know.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Ooh,
That's
copyright issues.
Well, no, you can say that shit. No copyright.
Why?
It's not like we're trying to steal Bruce Buffer's or
Yeah.
Michael Buffer's saying.
So we're gonna pour. This is gonna be share beer. This is a themed episode.
And as you could tell by the intro,
Yeah.
it was intros from futures past.
All the intros were collabed into one, which it was kind of funny that I did that because it kind of threw you off. You didn't know that was coming.
Well, I was like, oh, new intro. No, this is an old intro. Well, then it's a different new or old intro. All of them.
So because of the quantity of returning beers,
And strength.
oh no, I don't even want to know. I have an idea what you brought back.
No, I mean, this is a strong one. I don't know what the rest of them really are, but
I'll give that to you.
oh, that's it? Man, once you pour out one beer into 2 different glasses, it doesn't
Right.
go very far.
I know. So, bottoms up. We are bringing back a beer from, what was it? We talked about it last week. It was from
7.
episode 7.
Lucky 7.
So on episode 7, we rated this. You rated it 8.5. I rated it 8 for an average 8.25. This beer is going to be sponsorship beer by T. Crow himself, #1 fan of the show. Thanks for leaving these in the fridge. Awesome. Yeah, he brought them back last week and had a sip, and I don't know. After tasting this again, I look at our ratings on this beer, and I don't know, man. I really don't know if I'm going to.
This one itself is about 5 months old. Shouldn't make a big difference, but there's only certain beers that really, when they sit too long, you see that difference.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't taste bad.
So this is Raised by Wolves IPA by Driftwood Brewing, I believe out of Abbotsford. We talked about it last episode.
Victoria.
Oh, fuck. So out of Victoria.
I said Penticton
Penticton.
when it was Driftwood last time, I just pulled it out of my ass, but yeah, so this is 7%. I thought it was more.
I
thought it was
really
like in the
don't
8s.
remember this beer tasting like this,
I don't-
to be quite honest. You know, I've seen this on the shelves quite a bit in the beer stores, and you like one off it. I mean, it almost looks like there's too much going on in the can.
Oh, no, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
that's a cool looking wolf.
But I mean, I remember I thought this beer was a lot more like bitter when we first tried it.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that was when the start of my inflation of rating goes. No, actually it doesn't. At the very beginning, I was pretty
Conservative. And then I think it's when you got with like the locals.
maybe.
You started, maybe.
So that being said, we'll have a few sips of this, and then we can. Oh my Where the fuck is it? So yeah, holy crap! It's been a couple weeks since we've done an episode,
Yeah.
and he still has to
And
hit.
I'm just not used to this thing being in front of me again.
This is gonna be weird because how do I put these? Oh, I'm gonna have to dash them in our list for breweries. Well, I guess no. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So raised
It
by
can go
Wolves.
back on this list as a rating. It just it doesn't need to be added onto the brewery list.
Overall taste, like it does have like a hint of like almost like a fruity note to it.
Yeah.
I find I don't think that we dove back in. I really would not recommend going back and listening to episode 7. I went back today actually to our very first episode to steal the intro because my jump drive is gone for some reason. I don't fucking know. And I would like to say that the production level of this show has come a fucking long way. Because do you remember where we were? Like where we recorded our first few episodes? Was that just upstairs on the counter?
No, they were in here.
No.
Yeah.
And they sounded like that?
Yeah. It was just figuring things out, right? You're used to doing music, it, covers up maybe a little more of the vocal imperfections with a little music track in the back.
Maybe.
And now we're fine-tuning just getting a vocal track through, right?
I also renovated this by the way, since the last time you've been in here.
I did notice some 2x4 work down here on the bottom in a picture.
It's not it is 2x4, but it's done like a fake brick wall.
Yeah. Well,
Also the lighting in here is
an
different.
uneven brick wall, but it's like cool, more contour.
Also the lighting's different, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, you got like weird covers on them now.
Yeah, it's awesome. But no, like back to this Raised by Wolves IPA. Like I said before, I don't remember it being this bitter. I think there's like a little bit of a bitter note to it. If you would have not known your ratings before, do you think that you're going to go in the same direction?
Yeah, like I don't think this is far off, like considering what I've drank and everything. But in comparison to others and just experiencing a lot of different big flavors in some beers, I do think this one just drops a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, so if I was an 85 before, I think this is more like an 83.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, like not a lot of drop off, but more to comparing to other things.
I want to know why I went 8.0 on this one and not higher. Like, this is very early into our craft beer drinking.
Well, and it was like one of our first strong beers too.
Yeah, see, like I can see myself sitting down for a steak supper drinking this beer.
Oh, I believe this will go well with a steak.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So the flavor of this beer is it's a calm. It does have bitter notes and a fruity note to it, but I think that it would have to be. It wouldn't be a beer that you'd want to drink solo. Like you're out on having beers with buddies and
Just
stuff
beers,
like that.
yeah.
I think this is more of a food beer.
It pairs well.
Yes.
With, I feel like this is a good red meat beer. I think most strong beers would probably do well with that.
So I will come up to your 8.3 and I'm going to match you at 8.3. So we both went opposite
I dropped.
directions.
You went up more, but that would likely increase the average rating to be a better
by
rating.
0.05.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. 8.3. I think that's fair for this beer. I mean, it's crazy to think. Like, episode 7, we're on episode 73 or 72 now.
So over 60 episodes ago.
Right.
Over a year ago.
I also think that some of the beers that we're bringing back today is going to be, I don't know, like, because I brought one that I think we really enjoyed the first time. You already know what it is. Because I texted it to you. I texted you the brewery. Don't say it.
Okay, what's next?
You choose. You have what, 3 you said?
We want an old beer or a new beer?
No. We're doing all retros.
Oh, okay, well,
Bring
that's
backs.
too bad because there's too many for this episode.
Oh no, just pick 2.
Yeah,
I kind of want to talk about something a little retro, but
okay.
you're a dick. This is a bad beer.
What? A bad beer?
Yes, I already know. We talked about this last week when we were recording vocals too, so I don't know. So, before you do that, I hope I get this button right. This is our second beer of the show, which means it is our...
This is your welcome to your Shift Beer of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Shift Beers Podcast. Shift BEE.RS.
That's right. Our second beer of the show is always going to be brought to you by our Shift Beers, and it will be called our Shift Beer of the Podcast. So, this one is a local, which I thought you were going to go...
I felt like you avoided locals, so I
Why would you do that?
went
What you
out of
just
my way
did.
to... What?
You gave me away.
Because it's a big bottle.
You know what? Maybe the flavor... Maybe it'll change this time. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? I think, well, this is amongst one of the kind of...
Did you already check what episode it was?
I kind of looked earlier. I can't remember anymore. But, like, I think the pale ales are kind of amongst one of our lower ratings, but I think we can appreciate them more. Like, this might have been fairly early to know that maybe it would go up a bit.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it was...
I haven't told them what we're even
too
drinking.
early.
We are drinking the Ella by 9 Mile Legacy Brewing Company out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Episode 16.
So, boys from back home for me.
Ooh, you went 8.3. I went 6.8 for an average of 7.55. So episode number 16, we did this beer.
I think my thought was your rating was going to go just a bit higher, and I'm not sure where I'm going to go.
Not gonna lie, it smells skunky.
I mean, that... You've opened a Heineken before, right?
That's true.
I think it's a bottle thing. Bottles, and they absorb light.
Really? It's smoky. That does not taste like the beer that we... Dude, that's not
that was over a year ago.
That's definitely not a 6.8.
I checked the date on this bottle, too. So this is... Wait, no. Wait. 21/01/21? Okay, so this was January 21st it was brewed.
Maybe they've...
It's that, so...
Maybe they've changed it, though, maybe? Because
there could be
honestly,
that thing.
I don't know. This is not a bad beer at all. Now that I've tasted this.
Like it has that skunky smell, which just reminds me of like a Heineken or a Corona kind of smell when you open a bottle. But that's just what a bottle does to a beer. They get a little bit of light, but it doesn't taste bad. It wasn't a skunky open and you're like, I've drank hundreds of Pilsners in my life and this is a skunky Pilsner.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, the smoke. I don't remember a smoky flavor,
Which is weird because do you not taste that?
which is fine. Hey, speaking of smoky beers,
Yes.
have you tried the Rafter R Rosh beer? Or no,
No.
it's apparently pronounced rock beer.
No, I haven't.
I had one last week, and it's pretty fucking good.
Dude, we need, in the new year, we need to go there.
I was at
we
a
need
friend's.
to bring our recording setup and go there.
I was at a friend's, and they went to Rafter R, and they filled 4 different growlers and tried them all. So I just had to say the rock beer because that was the one that they won the award with for smoked beers.
Really?
I believe it was a gold too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you not get a smoky flavor from this?
Yeah, I said that. Oh, look at you. Look at you fucking knocking things around now. Yeah, you want to know why? It's because you went left-handed.
So we have to talk really slow right now.
You just remembered that, Eeyore.
Listening to the podcast half at 2 times the speed. That's funny, hey? Shout out to Big Half.
The fact that people think of that, like there's another friend who sent me one that was in like the half speed, and that's where you can really, I don't know if it would be that drunk sounding in normal, but wow, in half speed you sound liquored.
Dude, could you imagine if we tested like 10 beers on the show? We just got fucking obliterated.
That
Not
first
like
half
that on-
episode, if you put that one in
yeah,
half
right.
speed.
If you did, like you're fucking going.
No,
bigger.
half speed. Half speed, the one where we didn't rate the fucking beer.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a bad one.
Hey, that's what I mean.
16.5. That was a bad
And
episode.
half speed, that one?
You want to hear us off the rails? That episode 16.5 of season 1 was absolute garbage. We were so drunk.
You know what?
hold on.
Truth Beer Pod should go back to that one.
They should.
And do a drinking game on the amount of fucks.
Ooh.
Because it was a
Oh,
short
man.
episode
Oh, hold
and
on.
a lot of F-bombs
Hey,
dropped.
fucking Shift Beers gets the burp count. We should get the fuck count.
Man, you're
Anyways.
challenging me to start saying fuck more often?
No, we can't.
We have an explicit tag. We've never
do.
removed it because
I know. Okay, no, not to get off this 9 Mile Ella beer because we got to re-rate this thing.
Yeah.
8368 was the last two. What are your thoughts this time?
I honestly can't. I don't think I can change. I think this still sits an 8.3.
Wow.
Like these last two beers are both as enjoyable. I feel like I could do more of a night of these.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't think it's got the flavor that jumps through. Like
it comes in a. Is that called a boomer?
I don't know.
Isn't that what it's called? A boomer?
Whatever.
Bottle?
It's a 660 milliliter bottle. They're a little oversized, but
I don't know. You have to ask one
Siri?
of the dudes down south.
what's a boomer bottle? Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm really gonna up my rating on this. Instead of a
Weird.
6.8, yeah, no. I think we got a bad bottle last time, and I think this is important. I think we should make this more of a norm on the show where we
Second chance.
tend to bring the second chance episodes. But this one's called Back to the Past, which I know I sent you the poster for the show, and you're just like, that's different. I thought originally I was like, is it bad different or what?
No,
but
not a bad different.
I'm gonna go.
Except you already got some criticism.
I know. Fuck you, Hef.
Your Photoshop needs some touching up.
Yeah, well, it was quick. Get real.
I mean, you were probably getting paid when you did it, though.
No, I wasn't. 100%. Don't even. Don't roll your eyes at me. I'm gonna go with an 8.0. How fair is that?
That's a big jump. That's
So 6.8 to 8.0. I think honestly, last time we just got a bad bottle.
it. Could be. I mean,
The
I
thing
still
is, though,
rated it.
I know,
that
but
fair,
the thing is, like my buddy Cody,
that was my second time having it too, though.
that was.
Yeah, because I did have it previously.
But did you have it on draft?
Nope. I've always had it in the bottle. I bought the one time I bought 3 different bottles. I took it out when we went camping, and yeah, they were all enjoyable.
Okay, before we move on to our next beer, because we're going to do this quick, I have some paperwork here that I want to take care of. We're talking about, this is a contract, man. 100%. Full on. So the new report is going to the next level. It's not. I'm just joking. I'm fucking with you.
I was like, that next piece of paper doesn't look very contractual. It's like
I'm going to hide this.
2-sentence pieces. The first one was paragraphs.
So what I want to talk about right here, okay? This is kind of like we're going to the hockey talk because we started out this podcast talking about hockey and so on and so forth. We're going back to the past, so I want to talk about some things that happened in the past. Now, Evander Kane. Here's where we're going to go with this. What are your thoughts on him returning to the NHL? Okay, we all know what happened in the last little while.
Yep.
Where he legitimately faked a COVID vaccine card so he could play.
And so have NFL players.
That's fine. I'm just talking to Vander Kane.
Yep.
Now, what was it, a 20
game suspension?
Did he get a 20 game? 21 games over this issue.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go back, or actually, first, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on his actual return to the NHL? Do you think that he's played 11 seasons in the NHL? Do you think that this guy should be allowed to return?
It all depends. It's, man, like, because it's all, like, how much of it is based around COVID, though, and how much of it is based around his personal life?
Here's the thing. This list
is all Evander Kane.
No, it's a portion of Evander Kane.
Okay.
He's been in the league for, like I said, 11 years.
Yep.
So we're talking, 2010?
Yep.
He was an absolute stud in the dub. He fucking made, what was it, the Atlanta Thrashers was the first team he played for? Yeah. So we're going way back. So I'm going to read a couple of things that has happened where he has made the headlines in the NHL, and you tell me after I read this to you whether or not you think that he should be allowed to return to the NFL. We have players like Sean Avery, who fucking was like an unreal fucking rat, and then you have players like who the fuck was it that purposely kicked the guy's Achilles when he went into the boards and severed it?
Oh, I don't remember.
Fuck, what was his name? Anyways, there's been so many times where there's an NHL incident where the player literally just falls off the map. They're like, yeah, you fucked up so many times, you're done, get the fuck out of the league kind of deal, right? So listen to this. On July 1st, 2016, Kane was sued by a 21-year-old woman who accused him, I don't want to really get too in-depth here, pretty much of assault.
Yep.
So, like, he hit her.
Yeah.
And she had to go through surgeries. Okay? That's July 1st, 2016. On August 2016, he pled not guilty to the count of criminal trespassing and 4 counts of non-criminal harassment after confrontations of 4 separate people at a downtown Buffalo bar. Okay? That's in the same year. That's literally a month later. He became involved with a fight at a bar with a bouncer called Bottoms Up, and he grabbed an unnamed woman by the throat, attempting to force her into the car outside the nightclub. So he gets into an altercation with the fucking bouncer, and the league is made well known of this. Okay, 2 incidents that happened a month apart while he's in the NHL. He's somewhat of a star at the time. Then there's a second report that a separate incident where Kane grabbed a woman by the arm inside the nightclub and attempted to force her outside. Okay, right then and there, you sit this player down and you're like, hey, look, man, you're playing for the Buffalo Sabres now.
Who's there to do this, though?
Management, man. Are you telling me that they're not going to sit there and say, okay, well, like, you're representing, I don't know about you, but I've been part of a team where they're like, look, you're representing this team. You have to be on your best behavior when we're on the road with this team, so on and so forth, right? Even when you're outside. These guys have contracts. There's some people or some guys or girls that are in professional sports that cannot participate in that selected sport outside of that fucking round. Like,
but yeah, that's a hard thing as a business owner.
Yeah.
Because that guy's going to come and he's going to drop a lot of money. And if you as a manager approach him enough to piss him off, you're not going to get his thousands of dollars that he will drop in a night.
Right.
Compared to the other people that show up and drop hundreds. He'll drop thousands.
That is true.
It's a business.
Slippery.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
You said it. Okay, so moving forward to November 4th of 2019, Kane was sued by the Cosmopolitan Casino in Las Vegas after he walked out on a $500,000 gambling debt. Okay, so you go from one extreme to the other, where all of a sudden you're assaulting people in a nightclub to going to Vegas and like saying, yo, I'm going to fucking bet this and then walk out on it, right? The suit alleged that Kane had received $500,000 in gambling markers from the casino in April while the Sharks were in Las Vegas for a playoff series against the Vegas Golden Knights. That's fucked.
He's got a different Vegas flu than the rest of people.
Yeah.
Most people, it's probably more of a drinking thing, and his is a gambling thing.
Right. So that also explains the next part of this. On January 11, 2021, Kane reportedly filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in California after assuming a large, I'm not going to say the number, but it's like in the 20s of millions of dollars of debt. Okay? Then in July, which is like half a year later, his wife publicly accused her husband of betting games involving the Sharks, his own team, and that he threw games. Isn't that fucked?
Well, and that one is probably, to me, the most bullshit.
Think so?
As one player on an entire hockey team, to be able to throw a game is...
You're 100% correct.
There's very few positions in any sport that can really...
MLB could do it.
Yes, but very few. Like, you have to be the quarterback of an NFL football team, the ace starting pitcher of MLB team, and honestly, even if you were if you were LeBron James of whatever your team is,
yeah, exactly.
You really,
100%, yeah.
You really can't.
There is an actual documentary on this with the Arizona State. I talked about it not that long ago, where the guy was throwing games.
Yeah.
So that was September 22nd of 2021. Later on in 2021, in same month, domestic violence restraining order application was filed by his ex-wife. Crazy.
She was afraid for making these false accusations.
Okay.
That's my thought.
There you go. And then he was cleared of the gambling, right? But then on, what was it, October 5th here? Yeah. He gives the fake COVID test. Okay. How many fucking strikes does a guy need before you're done? Like,
Well, and that's
I think you're done.
The thing I don't see is like any kind of other suspensions added by the league. Like along the way, there's nothing. You would think that they've had to take action at some point, or are they just leaving it to the Sharks to do it? Yeah, I knew.
All right, we'll get off that dark subject. I just thought, like, we're bringing back fucking beers this episode and so on and so forth. So I thought maybe, because of the whole, I literally just read that as a tabloid, and I was just like crazy.
I mean, it's hard to push that kind of guy out because so many teams would be better picking him up.
Like who? Oh my God, I didn't realize it was this color.
What team wouldn't be? Like that's a... I'd say he's a top 5 forward on any team. Not like depending on position or whatever, but
Think so?
He should never be below the second line. He's good for points and everything. And he's a tough player. Like he's not... What the fuck? I spilt somehow off this.
God damn it.
Just condensation, I think. Oh yeah, there's ice in the bottom.
I know. Can you not throw snowballs in here? God damn it. Yeah, like, I don't know. To me, I think that as a business, the NHL is a business. Each team is running a business. So, I mean, like, that's crazy to think that they still keep him. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Not the
3
opinion.
strikes.
That's not the opinion of the podcast. That's just my opinion personally.
3 strikes, you're allowed to more or less be fired, but it's a contract. There's so many legalities to it. That's why it was like sent to waivers and then sent down to the AHL team.
So the next beer we were testing a little further into the podcast. So we went first 10, second 10. This time we're going to episode number 37. Wow. Can you see that? I-
7.5 and 7.1.
Wow.
I did 7.5. And I think after this is kind of when we started exploring the sours more
Right.
and enjoyed them a little more. But this was my guess. He told me he was getting Collective Arts. This is a collaboration with Stillwater, which we tried theirs, I believe. There's something in the water.
Is that the same?
Now I'm putting that together. Where was that? That was somewhere on this list. But yeah, that was a one.
I think that's like season 2, episode 2 or something. Could be wrong.
Episode 2 is wrong, but I feel like it's somewhere around there.
Man. Okay, hold on. What were our ratings on this before?
7.5 and 7.1.
Not even close. Not even close. Here, just drink the beer and talk about it. I will find it.
Okay.
Something in the water was by who?
Stillwater.
Okay.
I believe that we did the one-off beer on theirs. So yes, this is Collective Arts Blueberry Chocolate Coffee and Vanilla Sour. 5.5% alcohol flavored beer, and we have had a shit ton of Collective Arts. There was a 4-episode stretch, I remember,
Yeah.
where we had Collective Arts in a row. And as soon as he said Collective Arts, I was like, yeah, you're bringing that one back. But I believe this is a beer because Josh has said he found this beer. I think we're going to have to guest test this or collaborate with Shift Beers to do this beer.
That was kind of like why I was a little bit hesitant to bring this back, but at the same time, it's going out of stock permanently
No.
in town. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
This is a year old.
That's probably why.
Do they not? Well, yeah, it's a collaboration beer. Is it something they do not do regularly?
Oh my god, I cannot find this.
I wanted Brian to taste this beer and hear what he said, so we don't have to do it with him. I just want Brian to go find this beer. He doesn't listen anymore, but
I cannot find Stillwater, man. So it must
is
have
it
been
not
lost.
Stillwater? Something in the water.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the episode, I was like, something in the water.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You're crazy.
You're crazy, man. But no, I'm still looking.
But yeah,
My thoughts after drinking this again. Wow.
oh, it's
Really?
Something in the Water Brewing Company.
Yeah, I know.
The Lee River Blackberry Vanilla we tried. There's so.
I know, but did you? You didn't write down what episode it was.
No,
I thought that's why I had this list, but I'm fucking dumb.
I feel like you left that list out of it.
So then it's fairly new.
Well, as
I can actually search it, but
as-
anyways,
as I can tell by Untapped, your rating on Untapped is 4.25, which would equal 8.5.
Yep.
In our out of 10 ratings, rather. So
I'm going even 8.0 on this. I probably should go higher, but I'm gonna leave it at an 8.0.
sour. I think the coffee is no. I get some coffee.
They don't belong together. The coffee and the sour.
I think the blueberry is the thing that maybe. Wow, damn! It's so. Damn!
We gotta move here though. You gotta give me a rating,
There's just so much going on in this.
right? I'll be good and bring it up because the flavor itself isn't overly bad. It's just there's so much flavor going on that as soon as the sour kicks in,
But that's
you almost forget about everything else that's going on.
right. I mean, it's more of just trying to relax and enjoy it to the point where you start to notice you're like, Yeah, it says there's supposed to be blueberry, chocolate, coffee, and vanilla.
Well, I get the vanilla.
And you go, where is that? And you take another sip and think about it, and you're like, yeah, no, it's there in the background. You kind of think, well, the blueberry.
Fucking love the can. Though.
I almost think that the sour is kind of the thing. If they could do this flavored beer in something that's not a sour, where the sour comes front and forward and overshadows the rest of the flavors, you might go, wow, you actually could put these 4 flavors together.
Yeah, no, totally. You're not centered.
I think I'll go with an 81, and I want to say that number belongs to Kyle Connor.
Interesting.
I'm correct.
Are you correct?
Yeah, that was for our number 1 fan, T. Crow,
Nice. Racing.
because he's a
racer.
and a Winnipeg Jet fan.
Yeah.
Because
You're
he's
gonna actually have beers with him tonight.
from Manitoba.
You're gonna actually have beers with him tonight.
Actually, I have what?
You're gonna have beers with him tonight.
With him. Oh, I had beers with him last night
Oh, nice. Fuck you.
because we went to the Bronco game, the teddy bear toss game.
How did that go?
We damn near got a shutout.
We won.
Oh, fuck yeah. 4-1.
Nice.
They scored
There you go.
They scored in the last minute.
Swift better, Musha.
Scored in the last minute on a power play. But before that, we got a shorthanded empty net because when we got the penalty, they pulled the goalie 6-on-4. Our boys shot 4 times at that net from our own end, and we got one, finally. The one guy missed it high, I'm pretty sure. Like, he fucking wrist shot from our end and put it over the net. I was like, boys, there's no goalie. You don't have to try to beat him. Just keep it on the ice. Shot high.
Do you have a finale of bringing back this beer? Bringing back beers from the past.
So I have 2 options.
Okay. Do you have a hazy?
No.
Out of all the beers to bring back, we brought back a sour, an IPA, and
Just a pale ale.
Please tell me you have a 4th different kind.
I do have a Pilsner.
The Longview?
No.
Really?
No.
What's the other kind?
It's an ale, I believe.
Let's go, Bill. You can save the ale for... You are awesome. I don't think this rating's going to change at all.
I
You
know.
might as well just crack one.
I believe this was just one.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll share
I
one.
believe this was probably one of our favorite Pilsners. And
I drink this to this day.
well, yeah, if I see it on a tap,
Railway.
I will drink it.
Railway Social House in Swift Current, Saskatchewan has this.
And
like
many
that.
do have it.
Oh yeah, no, we're not drinking that one.
Oh, yeah, we are. It'll come back.
That'll come back next time. That's a great beer. That's not even a beer. Anyways, yeah, we'll the camera doesn't get that because
Exactly.
it's a secret. This is quite honestly one of my favorite beers to drink outside the podcast, which is crazy because let me see if I can find it. But
My more
I will
surprising
go out
thing
I
was
will literally go out of my way to find this beer on tap sometimes when we go for restaurants. So yeah, why don't you read it?
we're going back to the Banded Peak Brewing with their Mount Crushmore Pilsner that comes in at 4.4% alcohol. Yeah, no, this is something I've drank many a times. If I were only more responsible, I would rate every time I drink it on Untapped, but I think I've fallen short on that. I think I have.
Quit fucking doing it.
I have rated it multiple times. Are you just crushing half the papers you
Yes,
have
I
there?
am. I have to.
You need to make like a fucking binder.
Don't talk to me about organization because it's terrible in here.
Well, my side's fine.
I know your side's fine.
Like there's really no clutter over here until we
Wonder
start
why.
drinking beers and leaving cans and stuff around.
Why in the fuck do I not have this on here? Oh, there we go. Mount Crushmore was episode number 32. If you want to look it up.
Welcome to the beer version of spring skiing. I won't read it all, but that's a good line. Read it all
So
again.
episode 32, we did Bandy Peaks, Mount Crushmore. 32 actually only had 2 beers on it.
Yeah, it was
7486.
an episode we
Wow.
kind of fell off. We had 3 in a row for a while there.
Oh man, that's so
Oh,
good.
30 was the episode we did 4 in a row.
8-6, eh? You know what? I'm gonna fucking flat out say it. I'm not changing my rating on this. I can't.
Oh, I gave it a bad. Yep, I gave it a bad rating one time.
Did you on Untapped?
Yeah, so I have a 4.25, so an 8.5. I have a 3.5, which is a 7, and I went as low as a 3.0.
I'm going back to 8.9. I'm gonna keep my rating at 8.9 because I really enjoy this beer.
But I did mention in the 3.0, I said it did not seem quite as good as the cans I'd had before, because I think that's how I'd only had it. This was on tap in a draft, so, and then I said, typo, could have been a kid keg, old, I would assume. Still gonna try it occasionally. So, and then back to 3.5, but still, that's only a 7.
So what are you giving her tonight? Or this afternoon, sorry.
This afternoon, we're gonna have to go with 78.
What?
Yeah.
So what did you go the first time? Sorry, I don't mean
7.4. So it did increase.
Well, there you go. We're bringing beers back and we're giving them better ratings. I honestly tried to
But
find
I had a 4.25.
the reef break hemp beer. I know you wouldn't have liked that.
So I had it on September 9th, and I said, I think this beer gets better as I taste it. That or my rating before wasn't proper, but definitely a go-to when I see it on the taps.
Nice.
Mentioned that before.
Big thanks to these guys. If you look at our YouTube, we won't shout them out on the audio, but if you want to go check these guys out in Regina, they went out of their way to get me these cups. So when I was there, and yeah, they went into the back room just to get these
Oh, man.
straight from the boxes of shipments to get me 2 cups. So, oh my god, I got the hiccup.
I got one of these in a Blackbridge at home.
Sorry, a full mouthful of beer.
I considered bringing a Blackbridge for a revisit, but
Okay, so speaking of past shit, what are some sayings that you don't think people say now that they did back then?
did back then.
Yeah, like, I mean, you had like so many sayings back in high school or whatever the fuck it was. Because we got about, 5 minutes left here? Not even. Think about the sayings that you said in high school that you don't hear now.
Fuck, I don't even know.
I'll give you one right off. Does anyone say Poo-Tang anymore?
Wait.
I get some Poo-Tang.
You said that in high school?
Fuck yeah.
When
man.
you
I
hadn't
was
even
a
got
hockey-
any Poo-Tang yet? You're
That's
just
what
you're
I
just
mean.
talking about what
That's
you
what I
could
mean.
never get.
Yeah, right. But right? Am I? You know what I'm saying? Did you not have any of those kind of sayings?
What movie was that?
I don't know.
Poo-Tang.
The Hangover?
No. Oh God. Now, I'm not gonna keep everybody
Meow.
waiting on that. Meow. The
Meow.
Super Troopers.
Yeah.
I did that a lot. I still do often, like
Do you?
time to time. I'll throw that in there.
Okay, no.
A lot of people don't
There
notice
were
it,
so
but-
many fucking sayings back in high school that, like, dude, I swear to God that some people tried to trend sayings when I was in high school. It's like, dude, that's not even cool. Like Hort.
Well, there was the was that.
Was that?
Was that?
Yeah, that took off. But I mean, like, think about it though. Like, I don't even fuck.
I feel like sayings take off more
Wheeled.
now.
Did you wheel that? You know what I mean? I don't think that like, because now hockey players wheel, right? Let's like get going. But when I was younger, that didn't mean that.
That was at a party
Yes.
after hours.
Right. Off the record.
Everybody else sees you in the corner talking to a girl, and they're like, wheel.
Right. It doesn't
cheering
mean,
for
hey,
you.
get going, get your feet moving. No. It means get your waist moving.
Well, if you do it right, you don't have to move your waist.
Right. Nice. Good talk. Anyways. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's call her an appy. Sorry for the shortened episodes, but you know what? It's the holiday seasons. This is what you're gonna get for the next couple until the new year.
Okay,
Yes.
quick shout out for the end of this. We're going to do a Truth Beer Pod clink for the end.
Bingo.
Can to glass.
Nice. So, yeah, if you really want to, as the episode went on, we listed the episodes that these beers were actually tested first. Go back if you really want. Hey,
Take it with a grain of
right, yeah.
Take episode 7 with a grain of salt.
Right.
That was early. We were learning, but
To be quite honest, after episode 5, when we first implemented the new intro, the whole Mario jump thing or whatever like that in the intro, that's when we kind of started figuring out the audio. I think the first few episodes is like we actually Newbert came in with a clipboard and he's like, no, we're gonna have this and this and this to talk about, and I was like, fuck it, let's just go on the
well, it's
on
just
the
the
cuff.
same now. Now you and I both, we have notes on our phone.
We do.
Like, you make fun of that
I
episode
learned that-
1, and
no,
what
but-
did you just pull out for Evander fucking Kane shit?
Yeah, like a whole
Paragraphs of
look at
shit.
this. Look at that. I printed that out thanks to I'm gonna say it thanks to Julia, because I heard that she makes like a shit ton of notes for their episodes and she laminates them, which is awesome. That kind of got me thinking. It's like sometime during the week I think of topics that I'm just like, oh my god, that would actually be pretty funny to talk about on the show.
I screenshot a lot of things just to say, hey,
Actually, yes, so
this
do
is
I.
what I need to talk about. Like,
But-
I should go through them to see if I missed anything recently. But we'll bring it up in the next episode.
Hell yeah. How about that? You won't be wearing the same thing, either will I. Right? Maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know. Until next week, thanks for sticking around and being a part of the Back to the Past retesting episode, the first one we've ever had, and I think we're going to do this again fairly shortly.
In a lesser fashion.
I think so.
Not the whole episode kind of thing, but
Maybe we'll bring one or two back coming up soon. I don't know. Maybe. But, yeah, until we hit episode number 20 of season 2, which is crazy, man. This is nuts. I don't know. Thanks for following along, checking out our YouTube. How's it going? And, yeah. Until next week,
stay crafty.
and long live the beard.